So let me get this straight. You can orgasm just fine by yourself, but with a partner, crickets. Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Holly, a sex and relationship therapist, and if you've ever felt frustrated, embarrassed, or even ashamed that solo orgasms come easily, but partnered ones don't, this video is for you. Because this is way more common than people realize, and no, this is not just a you problem. Today we're going to unpack why this happens, what it means, and how to work with it. So stay with me because I promise this gets good. Let's start by stating the obvious but rarely acknowledged truth. Orgasming alone and orgasming with a partner are two totally different experiences. When you're solo, you're in full control. You know exactly what to do, how to do it, and there's zero pressure or performance involved. There's no external gaze, no emotional dynamics, and no opportunities for miscommunication or worrying, am I taking too long? Anxiety. But when someone else enters the room, literally and figuratively, the whole dynamic shifts. You're dealing with two different nervous systems, layered expectations, maybe some unspoken beliefs, and a whole lot of mental noise. That's a lot for your mind and your body to navigate, especially if you were never taught to communicate about sex in the first place or how to feel safe in it. Let's break this down even further. When you are with a partner, there's certainly a level of performance anxiety, and performance anxiety is a pleasure killer. Even if your partner is loving and respectful, you might find yourself in your head the entire time. This is what sex researchers Masters and Johnson called spectatoring, where instead of feeling what's happening, you're watching yourself from the outside. It sounds like, am I doing this right? Is my partner bored? They came already, should I be done too? Or they're trying so hard, I don't want to disappoint them. When these thoughts spiral, your sympathetic nervous system lights up your stress response. But orgasms, they need your parasympathetic nervous system. Rest, relaxation, and safety. So yeah, performance anxiety literally blocks pleasure. In fact, according to research, both men and women report that anxiety around expectations is a major contributor to orgasm difficulties, particularly with partners. So it's no surprise why it might be more difficult to orgasm with a partner than when solo. Number 2, the invisible mental load. Ever try to have sex while mentally writing your grocery list? The mental load is this invisible weight of tasks, responsibilities, and emotional labor, often carried by women and caregivers, but not exclusively. And research shows it drastically affects sexual satisfaction and arousal. In a study on women's orgasm challenges, researchers found that women who had trouble reaching orgasm during partnered sex reported more frequent cognitive distractions, everything from worrying about appearance to stress about relationship dynamics to the grocery list. Your brain can't focus on eroticism if it's managing 19 open tabs on your browser. Arousal requires mental space, and it's hard to do when you've been parenting all day, people-pleasing at work all week, and micromanaging your life nonstop. And yes, this applies to men too, especially those experiencing chronic stress, perfectionism, or caregiving burnout. Number 3, communication gaps. Let's be real, most of us did not grow up in homes that modeled healthy sexual communication. So we enter relationships thinking if we have chemistry, they should just know what I like already. And if I tell them what I need, it'll hurt their feelings. If I have to ask, it's not sexy anymore or it kills the mood. This kind of emotional bottling leads to frustration on both sides, and the research backs this up. In a study of women who struggled to orgasm during partnered sex, one of the top reported reasons was insufficient arousal, which is often linked to not expressing needs or being afraid to ask for different types of stimulation. Translation, we're not talking, so we're not getting what we need. This is where sex therapy can be helpful because guess what? No one teaches us how to talk about sex in school, but communication is a skill and it is something that can absolutely be learned, especially with the help of a skilled sex therapist. Number 4, trauma and trust. Even when it's not front of mind, past trauma, especially sexual trauma, can live in the body. You might love and trust your partner completely, but still freeze or disconnect during sex. That's your body doing exactly what it is trained to do, which is to protect you, even though it might feel like sabotage. If that's your experience, please know that it's not a failure, it's a signal. Therapies like EMDR or trauma-informed EFT can help you to gently process these body memories and shift into a state where erotic safety is actually possible, especially with a partner that you know and love and have cognitive trust and feel safe with. So here's the real question. If all of these reasons why it's more difficult to orgasm with a partner are true, what do we do about it? How do we get back to a place where sex with a partner isn't a source of anxiety, shutdown, or disconnection, but instead a place of curiosity, safety, and pleasure? Here's the thing. It's not about fixing you. It's about removing the blocks that are getting in the way of what's already there. Here are a few powerful shifts to try. Number 1, reframe orgasm as a journey, not a goal. When orgasm becomes a checkbox, pressure takes over. Instead of reaching for that end goal, ask yourself, what would feel good right now? What sensation would help me feel more connected to my body? And how can I really be in the present moment? My favorite way to do that when engaging in intimacy is to get out of your head and into your body, and by that I mean tuning into your senses. What feels good texturally? What smells are you noticing? Maybe your partner's cologne or deodorant smells really good. And really tuning into those physical sensations can help you to get out of your head and focus on the here and now, as opposed to focusing on that end goal of the orgasm. Number 2, use a yes, no, maybe list. Yes, no, maybe lists are a game changer, and essentially you and your partner each fill out a list of sexual activities or dynamics with your responses and then compare. So looking at where each of you have overlap in things that you're interested in or might like to try, and see if there's little activities or little essences of novelty that you can incorporate into your sexual experiences together. I have a yes, no, maybe list of my own, and I'll go ahead and link that for free for you in the description down below. Number 3, schedule non-goal intimacy. Try touch, like holding hands or massages, without aiming for orgasm. The point is to build a sense of closeness and attunement as opposed to performance, and also just to turn down the pressure on the actual orgasm itself. Number 4, get curious about the scripts you've inherited and ask yourself, what messages did I grow up with about sex and pleasure? What do I believe makes good sex? And whose voice is in my head telling me that I need to come in order for it to be good, or I need to come faster? By challenging those internalized messages, you can better decipher what is natural and good for you and what is your own beliefs about sex and sexuality. And number 5 tip is to work with a sex therapist. Sometimes the best move is to reach out for support through a professional. Think about it as if you were to try and get in shape, you might reach out to a personal trainer. So if working on your sex life or sexual communication is something of importance to you, consider reaching out to a professional who can help you individually or as a couple better improve their sex life and how to just talk to each other about sex. Therapy can help you to move through any blocks and reconnect to your body, your partner, and your own desires. So let's zoom out for a moment. If you're someone who orgasms alone but struggles to orgasm with a partner, here's what I want you to hear. Know that you're not broken, you're human, and that your body is wise. It needs safety, trust, and space, and that's not a flaw, rather it's an invitation to slow down, to communicate, and to move toward the kind of sex that feels authentic and not performative. Because real pleasure doesn't come from doing it right, it comes from showing up fully and knowing that that's enough. Struggling to orgasm with a partner doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It likely means that you've been navigating a lot of silent stressors, whether that's performance pressure, mental load, communication difficulties, and maybe even unprocessed trauma. But those aren't dead ends. These are opportunities to connect more deeply with yourself and with your partner, and to create intimacy that's based on honesty as opposed to performance. If you've made it this far, I'd love for you to comment below if you've experienced any of these stressors that you feel like get in the way of intimacy with your partner. And if you do end up using that yes, no, maybe list that I'll link below, I would love to also hear what you thought of it. Did you and your partner enjoy it? Do you feel like there was something that was missing? Please let me know in the comments. Moving forward, if there's anything else you'd like to learn about sex, relationships, or mental health, please let me know. I love hearing questions and answering those for you. And also, if you found this video helpful, please do hit that subscribe button, as it helps me bring more content directly to you and others. Until next time, take care, and remember, you deserve a healthy, happy, and pleasurable life.